Speed.
Hey YouTube, Juvenile6 here. Today I'm going to be doing a review of the MLX ice hockey skates. First part of the review I'm going to be doing is covering the base material and the inside foam foot liners and the footbeds. So what we have here is your standard ice hockey skate footbed. It features these nice little tacks that stay real firm to the base of the skate, and also these nice little vents over here that filter out any excess heat and moisture from the skate out through these little vents at the bottom of the skate. The material is actually an aircraft grade composite. Now the advantages of that is that it's a lot more rigid than some of the more basic or more commonly used materials like Surlyn, which is a golf ball material, or graphite, which is a material commonly used in CCM skates and Bauer skates for the base. The advantages of using a aircraft grade composite are that they're a lot more rigid, they have a high level of energy transfer compared to Surlyn and graphite, and they also last a lot longer. The importance with that is that a lot of skaters get used to skating with skates that are worn out or deteriorated, and what that means is that the skate is no longer rigid in areas it needs to be rigid and isn't firm in areas it needs to be firm. That means that you won't be getting a good level of energy transfer throughout the boot. Now, a good way of explaining that is all the movement that you get inside your skate from your feet needs to be translated onto the blade. Now, if you have a rigid skate with good energy transfer, that translation is made a lot more effectively. If the skate's worn out, you won't get good energy transfer. The next part I'll be covering is the heat moldable foam liner inside the skate. The foam base of the inside of these skates has been treated hydrophobically. What that means is that the material prevents water from staying inside it. It also has been treated to fight bacteria, so you don't get any things like water buildup, moisture buildup, or bad smells. What I'll be covering is the tongue guard on the MLX skates. This features thermoplastic material and also has a really nice lace bite bar embedded right in the centre there, so you don't get any lace bite with this. But it's also really flexible, which gives you still a full range of motion, so you're not restricted in any way while you're skating. It's also a really good size, which means if you like it tucked in or out of your shin guard while you're on the ice playing hockey, it works either way, either tucked in or out. The plastic toe cap on the MLX skates is reinforced with aircraft grade composite, as I said earlier on in the video. The MLX skates give you a very close and comfortable fit, not too close and not too tight, which is essential for excellent energy transfer while you're on the ice. The next part of the review I'm going to be covering is the outer materials used in the MLX skate. The outer materials in the skate are abrasion resistant aircraft grade composite with a Kevlar base. Now what that means is that these skates are extremely durable. They're really good for blocking things like puck shots and stick shots while you're on the ice. So in regards to the replaceable tongue guard at the front of the skate, it means that if it breaks down or wears down, it can be removed and replaced. And also the back of the skate, the heel support or the tendon guard, also is removable and replaceable. Now the bonus part to having features like this on a skate is that once they break down or degenerate, you can just remove them and replace them with brand new ones, which means that the skate's always kept to a high level, meaning that your performance is always kept at a high level. As I said, the heel support or the tendon guard is replaceable with these. A lot of skates, for example, like Bauer, after you've had them for a year or so, the heel support or the tendon guard becomes really soft, which doesn't support your foot properly anymore. This can normally be found on your dominant foot, so the best way to find that out is whichever foot you'd kick a football with, that's your dominant foot, and if you look at the heel support or the tendon guard on that, it'll be a lot softer than it will be on the other one. Now, the advantage of having these skates is that if that does happen with these, you can just simply unscrew and replace them with a brand new one, and the exact same goes for the front tongue guard as well. The next part of the review I'm going to be covering is the blade positioning and the blade of the MLX skates. Now if we look at the positioning of the blade and the rivets at the bottom, all of these rivets at the bottom of the MLX skate are fully adjustable. If you look at the sides of them, you can see that they have spacing along the sides, which means that the screws can be moved either to the left or to the right. What that means is that you can change the overall position of the blade, either if you want it more to the left or more to the right. This is just an adaptation that has been added to these skates to fit any kind of skater. So if you're a skater that likes their feet close together or skates with their feet wide apart, you can customize your boots to accommodate that feature a lot better. Take a shot either from a stick or a puck, the energy is dispersed away from your foot. With a regular skate or a typical skate, it will just cave in, transferring the force directly onto your foot and then rebounding back into its normal shape, which means that your foot took most of the impact. With these skates, with the Kevlar plating and the aircraft grade composite, all of that energy is transferred away from your foot. So to summarise all of the main features about the MLX skates, is that they have your standard moisture management footbed with the vents at the bottom that release any excess moisture and heat from the skate. They also feature the hydrophobic liner inside the boot, which prevents any excess moisture from entering, and if it does, it's filtered out the skate through the bottom of those little vents down there. It also features the custom heat moldable fit, which means that once the skates are baked and you put them on, they'll mold to the shape of your foot, giving you an excellent fit. It also features the aircraft grade composite base, which means that the skates are incredibly durable, they're long lasting, and also they have excellent energy transfer from when you're on the ice. They also have aircraft grade composite protection around the back and the front with a mixture of Kevlar. As we said earlier on, these are the only skates on the market to use a Kevlar mixture in the padding for their boots, which means they're, again, incredibly durable, long lasting, and they don't break down very easily at all, and have excellent energy transfer, which is a key feature which is needed on ice hockey skates. So what I'm going to do is give these skates a rating out of 10. For boot structure, overall boot structure, I'm going to give this a 7. Reason for that is the excellent materials used, new ideas, features that aren't found on any other skates on the market. For the comfort, I'm going to give that a 10. For the hydrophobic foot liner that keeps your feet dry, no moisture, no wetness, and also the heat moldable fit to these skates, that's going to get an overall 10 because I've never worn a pair of skates that have felt so comfortable. For the durability, using the Kevlar casing and the aircraft grade composite on these skates, I'm going to give that a 9. As I said, no other skates will last as long as these, no other skates use the same materials as these, so therefore no other skates will be as durable as these ones over here. For the visual look, I'm going to give that an 8. I think these skates look excellent with the MLX design over there and the MLX design there, and also the riveting system that they incorporated on the blades. For the overall performance, I'm going to give these a 9. They're incredibly agile, incredibly light for all of the materials that have been included on them. And for the overall weight, I'll give that a 7.